Next, we have your essay type 5, section C, performance management. And there are 6 questions. So accordingly, you have to allocate your time proportionally. Blue Mountain operates retail stores throughout the United States. Blue Mountain has 3 divisions where each operates their own independent retail stores. Apparel, shoes, sports equipments. The manager of each division is responsible for revenues and costs. So that tells us that it's a profit center, because managers of profit centers are responsible for revenues and costs of the division. All investment decisions are made by the corporate headquarters. Since investment decisions are not in the hands of the individual managers, so we are absolutely sure that these are profit centers. Blue Mountains had a history of financial success until last year, when it incurred a net loss of $250,000. President Bob Johnson does not understand why the company incurred a loss and has assigned accountant Hillary Ryan with the job of analyzing the results. What we have: last year operating results are on overall loss of $250,000, total sales, variable cost of all these segments, fixed expenses, and there is a net loss. A breakdown has been given of all these 3 operating divisions. Apparel, shoes, sports equipment, revenues and variable expenses are given. It further says Ryan analyzed fixed expenses and found that 1 million is traceable to apparel, can be traced here, 750 to shoes, and 1.5 million to sports equipment. Okay, the remaining fixed expenses relate to the corporate overheads. Let us see the total. The total fixed cost that we see right here is 3.75. So out of these, we have been given $1,750,000 and 1.5 million. So we have 3.25 million expenses that are traceable. So the ones that are not traceable is 3.25 less 3.75 million. That is 500,000. So there are 500,000 that are not traceable. So what kind of fixed costs are they? These are the costs related to your legal department, human resources, your IT department, the central support services, fixed costs that are allocated to the individual segments, right? So that's $500,000, right? So the first question: identify and describe the 4 types of responsibility centers. We have just done it. Cost center, revenue centers, profit centers. Just a single or a couple of lines for each would be sufficient. Do not overdo. That would be enough. Exactly like this way. Next question: what type of center do you think the 3 retail divisions of Blue Mountains represent? During the assay study, we saw that all of these are profit centers. Why? Because they were responsible for cost and revenues. Investment was decided by the center. So we can say that the 3 retail divisions at Blue Mountain represent profit center, right? Next question: how should Blue Mountain allocate the fixed expenses when evaluating the performance of 3 retail divisions? Allocation of fixed expenses. When you say fixed expenses, I said it could involve your cost relating to your human resource department, your legal department, your IT department, administration department, commercial department, centralized services that support the whole business. So their cost will have to be allocated to the segments. So it says, how would Blue Mountain allocate the fixed expenses when evaluating the performance of 3 retail divisions? So what we will do, we have already agreed that if we want to evaluate the performance of individual segment managers, we must evaluate their performance on those costs and revenues over which they have the control. The cost over which the managers do not have the control, they are called uncontrollable costs. So our performance evaluation should be based upon the division manager's controllable cost and revenue, right? Common costs, fixed costs, for performance evaluation, they should not be allocated to the division, because divisional manager doesn't have control. Yes, we do make performance reports where fixed costs are shown, but how are they shown? Let me show you, and let me tell you something very important. When we calculate the performance report of any segment, performance is evaluated at 3 distinct levels. Number 1, first level of the performance evaluation is the performance evaluation of the manager himself, the segment manager A, for example. The second level of performance evaluation is to calculate the segment margin. What is the difference? I will explain. Segment margin. In the last performance evaluation is called the segment operating income. Now, what is the difference between these two? Operating income. Let me show you. Performance evaluation is done at 3 levels. First, I need to calculate the performance of the segment manager. I must consider those costs and those revenues over which the segment manager has control. Revenue he controls, variable cost he controls, variable selling and administration he controls, controllable fixed costs, fixed production costs, fixed selling and administration. Since he controls, he must be evaluated. All these are controllable costs and revenues. This is the performance evaluation of the manager A. He must be evaluated on this number because all the above items were controllable, were in his hands. Next level of performance is there are certain costs that are directly traceable to his segment, like depreciation is a direct cost of this segment. Insurance is a direct cost of this segment. Maybe rent is the direct cost of this segment. It is a direct cost. It's a directly traceable cost. But he does not control them. Someone else does. So these direct costs, which are direct costs of the segment, but someone else controls them, if you deduct these direct costs, what you get is called the segment margin. This is the performance of the segment itself. This is the performance of the segment itself. This is the performance of the manager itself, himself or herself. And these allocated common costs, these include the support services cost of head office, and they are allocated on some suitable basis. There is a standalone method, an incremental method. I'm sure you would have gone through it. We will discuss this as we move along in section D. So these costs are allocated on some rational basis. But this is not for the performance evaluation of either the segment manager or the segment itself. This is just for the computation of segment operating income. Remember. So yes, we have allocated, but this is just for the sake of computations of your segment operating income. Managers have been evaluated at this level. Segment have been evaluated at this level. This allocated cost is just for the sake of calculating the segment operating income. That was the idea. So that's the important point you must remember. A manager, divisional manager, must be evaluated over those costs and revenues that he controls. Uncontrollable costs like common fixed costs, they should not be allocated to the division, or they should not be allocated or included in the performance evaluation of the division or the manager. Yes, for the purpose of calculating segment operating income, you can do that. But this is not for the performance evaluation purpose. And around these lines, your response would be something like this. Common fixed costs such as corporate over headquarters costs should not be allocated to the division when evaluating performance. Performance evaluation is done above the allocation of fixed cost. Done. Question 3 is done. Next question. Calculate the contribution margin for each division and show your calculations. Here we go. We have the revenues given. We have the variable expenses given. What you will do, revenues, you will write the same data in this way, or you can give it in a paragraphic form also. Revenue minus variable expenses. For each division, simply you will have to subtract the variable cost from revenues and you will get your contribution margin. Like 3.75 less 1.5 million gives you the contribution margin for April. It will be 2.25 million. 1.5 less 5 is going to be 1 million. In last sports, it will be 2.25 less 2 is just 225 million. We have been given revenues and variable costs. And the last column, if you want to give, you can give total. Otherwise, this is fine, $250,000. That's how you give it. Simple. It is all given. You just need to subtract this. And there you go. So that was your question number 4, I guess. Apparel, shoes, sports equipment. If you want to give, you can give the last. I told you how to bring this in underline. Write this one with using tab sign to bring the data in a line form. Select apparel, shoes and sports equipment and then press B. All will be underlined. They will indicate this exactly in this form. And you can do the same thing right here. And it's entirely your own choice. You can give it in a paragraphic form. For apparel, you can give in a couple of lines, enter, write. For shoes, you'll do the same thing in 4 paragraphs, in a couple of lines in each. You can give this way or in a normal way, absolutely no difference. You just have to show your calculations. whichever you feel comfortable with, whichever you can do quickly, because time is of the essence, people. You have to manage time and do all the stuff within the allocated time. Next, which division of Blue Mountain is most unprofitable one, and how can Blue Mountain improve this division's profitability? Explain your answers. No calculations necessary. Right? If no calculation necessary, how can you give our opinion? We have calculated contribution. Just below this, we will write $1 million. This is the traceable fixed cost for apparel, $750,000 for shoes, and $1.5 million for sports equipment. So deducting these fixed costs tells us that we will have a negative number for sports equipment. Let's see. See, same data, contribution margin we calculated previously, just an addition. You can copy paste here. Less traceable fixed costs, 1,750,000 and 1.5 million. You can see segment margin is negative for sports equipment. And as I said, a common fixed cost must not be allocated. They have been deducted as an unallocated fixed cost against all divisions combined. If you ask me which segment should we discontinue, I would say none. Why? As long as your segment is generating positive contribution. As long as, please remember, as long as your segment is generating positive contribution, in the short run at least, you should carry it on. You should continue running that segment. The problem comes when you get negative contribution. So none of these should be discontinued, because all of them generating sizable positive contribution, just that the sports equipment is generating less than others, but should be continued. And what you should be doing, try to reduce these direct fixed costs somehow. Apparently, it is impossible to reduce the fixed cost. Yes, they can be reduced. Certain staff that are no longer needed, certain facilities they have been used, but they are underutilized. Rent is being paid for the full facility, usage is just 10%. So certain fixed cost can be, there is a concept we discussed called value engineering. We can reduce our costs that are non-value adding, and we can bring all these three divisions, which two of them are already in profit, we can bring this in profit as well. So discontinuing none of these segment is recommended. It's just that we need to focus on controlling our traceable fixed costs. There are ways to control fixed costs as well, if we can separate between the value adding and non-value adding fixed costs, and then accordingly we can decide, right? All right, then done. It said no calculation necessary. If you want to, you can, else you can just write it in a paragraphic form that all the three divisions are giving positive contribution from the previous result, and you can discuss along these lines only. All these three segments are giving positive contributions, so none of these should be discontinued. It's just that the focus must be paid on reducing the fixed cost, and you're good to go. Discuss how contribution margin can be used as a performance evaluation tool. First of all, you'll define a little bit about what's contribution margin. Contribution margin is the difference between your sales and variable costs, total revenues, and all variable operating costs. Direct material, direct labor, variable overheads, variable selling, variable administration. Why is it called contribution? Because it is the contribution given by each unit to cover the fixed cost. It helps to evaluate if sales volume is sufficient to ensure profitability. So contribution margin is basically the contribution given by each unit or total units to cover the fixed costs. Once the fixed costs are covered, only then we are in a position to earn profits. It's the coverage of fixed costs that is of greatest interest to us. So contribution margin, what is contribution margin? Contribution margin contributes to covering fixed costs, and it's a critical component in break-even analysis, because once the fixed costs are covered, only then we can say that we are now in profits. And that is sufficient for the SASE type.